As art matures and evolves in societal familiarity, at some point artists have to find creative ways to freshen up what's become a staple in people's expectations. And I do feel that, though competent, and as engaged as I am in this particular scene within horror and thriller cinema, the Skype webcam field has in some way become, again, not to judge quality, but the formatting has become a bit predictable in expectation of what we can expect going in. And I would say with, again, like I said, the pictures I'm thinking of are quite competent. Even Blumhouse's run on the scene with the Unfriended movies. I haven't seen either of them in full. I've seen more clips of the original, but I can say from the little I've seen, and again, I do like this genre and other entries of other different types of storylines in films from other studios. I think there's a lot of strength to this particular field of cinema. I'm curious to see Blumhouse not only freshen out perhaps their presence, but the scene as a whole with DASHCAM. Though familiar again to that baseline, there is a bit of a different take here in the angle, and it feels refreshingly modern. If you're not familiar with this release, I'm covering it a bit post its debut, and I apologize for that. I'm in a catch-up phase, I've been for a long time, but I'm a Blumhouse fan generally, though not every picture I think amid their releases are perfect, and some of which I haven't seen. You know, I'm circumstantial and situational when it comes to engaging with horror cinema. I'm much more a thriller guy. But DASHCAM sounds pretty interesting. I actually have it. This is partly what's motivating me to cover it so quickly, even though I say quickly, even though I'm really late. I just borrowed it from a library on impulse. I've known about the title for quite a while, but I'm like, Blumhouse, I was at the library recently, I picked up probably about like 48 movies. Yeah, I maybe go overboard at one time. I'm like, hey, I want to watch this, and this will motivate me to cover the picture at least a bit faster than otherwise maybe I'd be able to, because I probably would forget the title, and there's so many pictures I consult. But let's take a look at DASHCAM. Maybe you're someone like me and you haven't engaged in depth with this yet, or maybe you haven't even heard the synopsis. I perused it, but for your sake, I will offer that from IMDb's articulation. Two friends embark on a horror-fueled road trip and livestream the most terrifying night of their lives. So we still have the found footage cell phone angle, right? That's consistent. That's the basis to the movie, and that's where it fits in that particular genre of what I've said along the webcam Skype type line. But it has the live streaming angle, which is obviously very popular these days in terms of technology. A lot of people use that, especially for video streaming. It's become quite the leader, I'd say. Even though some people like me still use, perhaps recorded footage and then we go back and edit. A lot of people are using the live stream format. I don't tend to. It's maybe a field I have to experiment in with more. But in this case, the live stream, I believe, is set on a call. Or I guess maybe they're posting it to a social network. So everybody's seeing this ordeal take place. But it's filmed in a car. And while I don't think necessarily the piece is advocating for, having your phone going while driving, I think probably in some states you can record. Not in mine. I don't think. Anyway, you can't even, in my state, you can't operate a cell phone when you're driving, which makes sense. We've had how many accidents? I think it's a very interesting way to go about the story, and I do think that perhaps the driving angle and the live streaming aspect do give it this bit of breath of fresh air, where it feels like an oddity in the scene, though it has a point of existence that feels fitting to it. I do feel that perhaps this project, let's see how competent it is. I mean, with Blumhouse pictures, they can be mixed. I did see it got some awards recognition, though, at the very least, from, if you look on the poster in detail, TIFF, Sitges, and London, different film festivals along those circuits. Maybe I'm not getting the entire name on when I'm looking at it right here. Good name. Promise. I'm interested. Let's see what it has to offer. And it certainly got a lot of acclamates, at least presented on the poster. A bonkers splatterfest. That could be. I don't know what to expect. It's going to be like really gory. Hopefully not. That would cross my threshold. I'm not a blood and gore guy. A wildly unhinged cinematic invention. A mic drop for the found footage genre. Like I said, this is a bit of an evolution, it seems. Every time you think it can't get any nuttier, it proves you wrong. Okay, I like suspense. Entertaining, scary, and creepy as bleep. Okay, let's take a look at this. I mean, my expectations are highlighted. I have two trailers pulled up, including the teaser trailer and the trailer. We'll go in order. I'll just feed from one into the next. We'll start with the teaser trailer. Fittingly, this is the one that came out first and is the shorter of the two. All right. Here we go. Let's consult DASHCAM. I'm interested, though. I'm engaged. I'm in a bit of a Blumhouse phase right now, too. I'm kind of wanting to catch up with some of their pictures I've missed out on over the years. And like I said, I've got a couple I've wanted to catch up on.
You should go see if she's alright.
You're the man. You're supposed to go.
I'll just drop a pin and then we'll call the police.
Is somebody drunk or something? Or a friend? We're like, don't get out of the car!
Angela?
We know how this goes. We've seen horror movies before.
Angela.
She's obviously never watched a horror movie. You're not supposed to walk. Okay. There's more of a scene of it. I think that's actually quite well presented. I mean, it has the live stream angle. I wasn't reading the chats coming in. Oh, that's funny. There's like... They're all on the same page. This is a very interactive movie. I mean, kind of like, you're supposed to be captivated by the image, but maybe on a second viewing you can go back and rewatch it and read the conversation happening on the side. I think that's a great angle to take. And so, how is she not dead? Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Have you not seen a horror movie? Never approach an old lady from behind. Hey, I like the humor. I think that's actually, that's a great dimension. It looks good in terms of presentation. I mean, again, like I said, it fits the live streaming format. It looks like it's filmed in a car. It's very believable. Band Car, the internet's #1 live improvised music show broadcast from a moving vehicle. It's an interesting idea. I wonder if this is based maybe on a true story. I mean, I imagine there's there's a realistic Fred in terms of the technology they're using, maybe the angle that they're taking. I don't know if there's anything like in terms of driving podcasts or music shows. That's interesting. Never heard of that. And it's only got 69 viewers, so it's not necessarily the most well-marketed of a show. Well, it's increasing towards the end. Maybe they just started it. That looks fun. Looks engaging. But that's the first teaser trailer. That's more of a scene. Let's get a better look at the movie as a whole with this 1 minute and 25 second trailer. A bit longer. But a good scope so far. Good tease. Alright.
Hi, I'm Annie Hardy, and you're watching Band Car. Another day in paradise.
Interesting personalities you see on the road, right?
Hello?
Listen, I just need you to take my friend somewhere.
If I didn't know better, I'd say it's like in Seattle somewhere. This with a nude biker.
Take a sip. How did you find me? Oh.
You should go see if she's alive.
No, you shouldn't.
Hello?
So it's not just in driving. This is really well filmed.
She found us! She's here!
Hey, what was that?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what the
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
It's done really well. I do feel that there is strength to it as an evolution. I don't think those acclimates are empty at all. I think it's an honest accounting. Disturbing, suspenseful, scary. I like it. I'm much more a thriller guy, so I like that tone. Even though, again, we'll see how far it goes. I mean, the poster did say, how they phrase it? A bonkers splatterfest. I mean, if I mean what I think it means. I mean, I'm not sure. But for the most part, it looks really good. Oh, it's interesting. Most of the cast are playing their own characters by name. For the most part, there's some exceptions. And some of these characters have interesting names, too. Like, Annie Hardy, she's playing herself, I guess. That's really interesting. Where's the other one I saw in terms of names? James Swanton is playing the Parasite. Caroline Ward is playing the Bride. It's interesting. Maybe these characters don't have names. It's a thrilling experience. I mean, I like the format. I thought it was only going to take place in the car, though. I didn't realize they were going to, get out with the phone. I guess it makes sense. So this is kind of like a tour around the city or some sort of mobile broadcast. Okay, that's interesting. I like the idea to this, and I think the scenes that they have to offer, like the restaurant scene, I thought that was pretty good. I thought the scares were very effective. Great jump scares, even if they're very subtle. I think maybe they'll get a little more horrifying in context to the movie, but it looks strong on a first glance at it. I'm impressed. Like I've said, I enjoy Blumhouse Pictures, and I've been wanting to watch more of their stuff. But in some cases, that's considered... I've had it on a master list. I'm like, I need to cover these pictures at some point. DASHCAM, again, the found footage line, easily jives with me. First glance, I knew it would be fun. I believe it, watching this. It's pretty strong, scary, and I'm in a good mood for it. I'm interested to see how crazy it gets, too, when they say it can't get any nuttier than you think. I'm like, okay. Well, and then it does. We'll see what I think. For those of you who've seen the movie at this point, because, again, like I said, I covered this a bit late. I do apologize again. You can vouch for its quality, or, lack thereof. I don't know. Again, with Blumhouse, it's a general mix. But what I've seen in terms of the pictures I like, I've really been impressed by. And yeah, admittedly, again, I can think of a couple clunkers that I've witnessed, too. I'd be curious to hear what your response is down below. If you can avoid spoilers, if there's any, that would be great. Just, again, allow some of us like myself, or maybe others, maybe you're somebody that, again, is looking at something with a fresh perspective. I mean, there's a lot of movies these days. Some perhaps float past you. But I'd love to hear what anybody's thoughts are, and whatever angle you're taking to this project down below, whether you're familiar with it or if it's just a first glance. If you still wish to disclose your perspective, I'd love to hear it. I'm game, though. Like I said, I borrowed this from a library. It's been sitting on my shelf, so I'll probably watch this tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm going to definitely watch this in the near future. I'm looking forward to it. Looks like a strong picture with the awards attributions and the very fitting and familiar live stream format. I like the idea we're rolling with here. And we'll see how, the found footage line of movies, or these types of webcam, cell phone, survival type thriller films, how they evolve in the future. But I do think in terms of leveling up and giving it a bit of a breath of fresh air, not only to the entire genre, but in Blumhouse's tenure of it as well, I think this film has a lot of good qualities to boast. I'm pretty game with what I'm seeing. I think DASHCAM's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.